Afternoon. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Sunday, January 18th. Hopefully, everyone's enjoying their nice long weekend. If you don't already know, the market will be closed tomorrow. So we'll be back on Tuesday. Tuesday night, we've got Obama being sworn in as the next president of the U.S. So with the market down about 1,000 points over the last week and a half, pretty much everything that's bearish is out there right now. We should see some sort of bounce next week. It's hard to imagine that they're not going to try and rally this market with the new president. Here we have the Dow 15-minute chart. As you can see, a pretty steep drop on the 15-minute chart. We've seen three of these over the last month. Each time we've seen a consolidation for a couple of days, which is what we've seen here on the Dow for the last couple of days. And then we begin our trek higher. Who knows what the news will be this time? Like I said, it's probably going to be our new president and a little hope rally. If we flip over to the daily chart, you can see uh, last couple of days, very nice volume on the upside over the last couple of days. Yet again, we sell off on low volume and we bounce back on big volume. That is bullish, despite what everyone says. This is not too shabby at all, and the bounce that we're expecting, the upper trend line is now 87.50, so we'll be looking for a 300 to 400 point move at least over the next few days. RSI's upticking a little. Stochastics nice and oversold down below the 20 level, starting to go up. Each time we've seen that, we've seen about 1,000 point rally in the market over a couple of week periods, so keep that in mind. Also note the nice big bounce in on bounce volume. Again, that's pretty much what I said here. We sell off on low volume, we rally on big volume. SMH sold off. Intel came out, earnings were decent, not exactly as bad as what the street expected, and we've seen a nice move in the chip stocks. As you can see, over the last, actually, over this entire month, for the last month, up on high volume, down on low volume. We got a positive ADX cross. Stochastics are now bouncing up over 20. As you can see, we've been stuck in this channel for on-bounce volume. You know, we have buyers come in, it hits a level, they sell off, etc., etc. So we'll be keeping an eye on this on-bounce volume to see if it does break out. But would not be surprised to see us move to the upper 18s over the next week on the SMH. And that is how I would play the large caps. I'd play in the SMH. VIX. Time for this one to retreat. This VIX chart, if we went back to the June or July, August oil chart and pulled it up, we'd see sort of the same thing, you know, slow bounce and then lower highs in stochastics, etc., etc. This down move, hopefully, we'll see the 35 area broken. Quick mention on the dollar. As I mentioned, we had this mini head and shoulders breakdown, but on the larger chart, we're right now possibly forming the right shoulder here. Breakdown would be a move below the 200-day moving average. Why is this important? It would help jam oil back up. And like I said, at least over the last few weeks, whenever we have had oil pop, we've had the market pop. So there could be a move in the oil stocks near term. Stem cells. These are a big play on the new president. As I mentioned the other day, this candle is BS. We're in a nice trend here, and we should see these stem stocks start to break out. We're looking for a move to 70 cents in ASTM. OPA or XA, we're looking for a move to 40 cents. This is another adult stem cell play. And then STEM, as you can see, over the last 2 weeks, we've been consolidating in a pretty tight range. This next move, a move over a $1.65, should set this one free for a move on 2+. These guys had an upgrade midweek when the market was selling off with a $3 target. If the market wasn't selling off, we'd already be up here. All the indicators look very, very nice here. On bounce volume is in a nice uptrend. Stochastics holding over 50. And this stock breaking out will launch ASTM and OPXA over the next few days. Quick mention on SANM, Sanmina. This one got hit on the Nortel bankruptcy, and the reason being Nortel had a boatload of debt, but they also had 2.3 billion in cash, and they still declared bankruptcy. Now, Sanmina, same situation, $1.5 billion in debt, 900 million in cash. before the Nortel bankruptcy, I would have said zero chance of these guys going bankrupt. But now this is a little cause for concern. We've been playing mostly in the cash rich stocks, and this prompts us to stay in that segment because a lot of stocks are having some issues now. They're not, the banks are just not lending. And companies that should have had no problem refinancing debt are finding it very, very, very hard. Another example of this is ACLS. These guys had a $500 million buyout offer a few months ago. Friday, they came out and said that they weren't able to get their debt refinanced. This is another one of those plays. They've only got about 80 million in debt, but they've got, cash of, actually, let me look and see exactly what they have. All right, so we've got a stock that's got 80 million in debt and 40 million in cash, and they're having trouble getting their debt refinanced. That's a big red flag, if not for the economy, for any stocks that have high debt. So we're going to be definitely focusing on the cash-rich stocks even more so right now. Had mentioned NT. Now the new symbol is NRTLQ. We're playing this one as a bankruptcy bounce play. We've done this numerous times over the last couple of years. Target is 12 to 14 cents on the bounce here, and we're looking for it to follow the same sort of action that we had, as you can see, in Lehman. We had the Lehman bankruptcy, sold off for a couple of days, then bounced back over its opening high, and then sold off there. So, you got a very nice gain on this one. The other similar play on this one was WAMU, WAMUQ. Same thing. Sell off, then a big bounce back at least to the opening high. So that is why I'm saying we're looking at NT. Target is 14 cents. Nibble in the 7 to 8 cents area. If it gets below that, we'll load the boat for the inevitable bounce back on this one. Cash rich plays, NRGN, we're still focusing on this one. FTWR, this one actually bounced back nicely on Friday, so we're still looking for a move at least over the 22, 25 cent area on this one. ETFC, big sell-off last week. These guys report earnings this week. The last earnings report, they pumped out a lot of press releases and got a nice spike into their earnings report. So we'd be looking for the same action here, at least a bounce back to the 50-day moving average. That's at $1.27 for this week. GNBT, this is another one of our biotech plays. It's been consolidating nicely. Stops, pretty easy. Stops are at 29 cents. We break the 30-cent level, we bail. Simple. Target is a move to 45 to 50 cents. Indicators look really, really good on this one. Stochastics in a nice uptrend. We had a positive MACD cross, and even though we've had the market sell off, this one's been treading water and looks like it wants to run. BKHM, cash rich optic play with no debt is the key. Had a sell-off because they're a customer of Nortel, but Nortel came out and said, we're continuing to do business. They're just working with their debt holders. So we could see a bounce at least back over the 50-cent area. Unlike the other optical plays like ACLS and FNSR, these guys have no debt. That is the key. Tech stocks with no debt and high cash are what we want to be in. That's really it for the update. Enjoy your weekend tomorrow. Our focus this week are going to be the Obama momentum plays, which will be alternative energy, stem cells, ASTM, OPXA, STEM, our cash-rich plays, and then actually a quick mention on one other. Keep an eye on BCON. The reason this one, green energy, but Obama is putting a lot of play into infrastructure plays and upgrading our transmission system. And as you guys know, these guys are involved in the transmission system, helping store energy, make it more efficient. So keep an eye on this one on Tuesday. Might get a little bit of a pop. Target would be moved back to 50-cent area. They already got financing, so that's out of the way on this play. And that's it for the update. I'm thinking we're going to see a nice up week this week. We've had a large sell-off and time for a little hope rally. That's it for the update. I will see you guys in the chat room on Tuesday.